If you've just had a Kundalini Awakening or some sort of energetic experience in your system and you're wondering what the bloomin' hell has just happened and what the hell am I going to do next, then this is the video for you. See, a lot of the stuff on YouTube nowadays, it's just spiritual entertainment. And if you get caught up in all of these videos, that's great. That shows that you're obsessed with this spiritual journey. But I have to ask you a question. Are you here to do the work that's been backed up by many wisdom traditions over the millennia to experience the fundamental truth of your existence? Or are you just wanting to go into escapism or avoidance and be lulled into a false sense of security by spiritual fantasies, typically espoused by AI voices on these YouTube videos, right? See, everybody wants the peace, bliss, and the wisdom that the great monks and the spiritual teachers have, but they don't really want to do the work to attain it. So if you've come to this video with the expectation that a video in any way can unlock your third eye or awaken your Kundalini Shakti so that you never have to do the sincere spiritual work in the future, well, that, my friend, doesn't exist. And anybody that propagates or tell you that it does is just inexperienced or is just lying. And if this offends your sensibilities or your ego, well, I love you so much, but that's really none of my business. Now listen, for those earnest seekers who know that anything worthwhile in life, it takes sacrifice, self-commitment, I do have 3 things I want to honestly and openly, authentically unpack with you. Firstly, but what is Kundalini? Secondly, what's the difference between a spiritual awakening and a Kundalini awakening? And thirdly, once this energy has started waking up inside of you, what is it that I need to do? But first, let's dive into this idea. What does it mean to be spiritual or awakened anyway? Well, if you've become identified with the term awakened, I'm awakened, well, then it means nothing much, really. It's a strong term, isn't it? Spiritually awakened. And what it really means anyway, from my perspective, to be spiritual is to have something deeper than the physical wake up inside of you. And that's not so otherworldly. It can be as simple as feeling your inner body energies. And if you're not experiencing your inner body energies, does that mean you're not awakened? No. We're all awakened. We just don't know it. So, does that mean then that there's a subtle energy force inside of you that we're just not aware of yet? And the answer to that would be yes, but it is always there. If this is you and you're just not aware of these deeper energies yet, you're not experiencing them, all you need to do is a little bit of sadhana. And you can get some access to some free stuff to touch those deeper dimensions of life in our free 7-day spiritual growth accelerator course, and the link for that is down below. So once a deeper dimension of life has opened up inside of you beyond the physical, then we experience an energy called Kundalini. So what is Kundalini really? Kundalini Shakti just means power or energy. Well, this is a powerful force of creation, the life force, the energies that underpin all of life. As this life force awakens inside of you, you're going to begin to feel light, blissful, feeling deep peace and connectivity in harmony and oneness with life. It's awakening in the subtle energy body, in what we call in our tradition the pranamaya kosha, the energy body, is guaranteed through the practice of yoga. Now, you may have heard of Kundalini yoga, and specifically Kundalini yoga is a subset of Hatha yoga. Hatha yoga is larger, and it's not true to say that Kundalini yoga is the way to activate Kundalini. It's just one way. Now, this powerful life force will affect the 3 physical dimensions of your life and will pave the way to opening up the 2 non-physical dimensions. It will affect the physical body, it will affect the mental and emotional body, and naturally will also have an effect on the energy body. Now, it's also going to purify the system by clearing the lenses of the mind and the denser karmas in those first three bodies: physical, mental, emotional, and then the energetic. And what this will then do will open up the deeper dimension, the non-physical dimensions of ourselves, which is the intuitive body and the bliss body, where we can tap into deeper levels of wisdom, almost as if you're tapping into a spiritual internet. Whenever you need that intuitive wisdom, you can access it because there's a direct line of connection opened up by the purification gifted to you through the Kundalini process. But that requires guidance and work. So what's the difference between a spiritual awakening and a Kundalini awakening? Now, on the old YouTubes, there seems to be two keywords in relationship to an awakening event, one of which is spiritual awakening, implying that something deeper than the physical is opening up inside of you. Another event would be Kundalini awakening. The question that a lot of my clients ask is there a difference between a spiritual awakening and a Kundalini awakening? And here's what I would say to that. Now, I feel that when people are referring to a spiritual awakening, this is more of a gradual awakening of these deeper levels of energy in one's system. But please understand, this is also Kundalini activating. Really, the goal of any yogic process is to unify with life. And that means to come into harmony, to blend that separate sense of self in the mind and integrate it into the body, into the piece of life that you are, that surrounds you, so that there's no distinction or separation or even a you, there's just life. But for that to happen, you have to increase the energies to such an intensity in your system that the lenses, the belief systems in the mind that keep you in separation from life must dissolve. The energy that will purify these lenses in time is that of Kundalini. It doesn't matter if you have a spiritual awakening, i.e. an awakening of deeper energy that's more gradual over a period of time, or a Kundalini awakening that seems very spontaneous and explosive in nature. They're both the same thing. And if you're wanting to know exactly how you can begin opening up more energy, deeper levels of energy inside of you, you can sign up for our free Spiritual Growth Accelerator course, and the link for that is down below. So once Kundalini energy has started waking up inside of you, what should you do? Everybody nowadays wants to press a big red button on the internet, wants to listen to one binaural beat or one meditation that will awaken the Kundalini Shakti, and unfortunately this is just not the case. These energies are waking up inside of us thanks to our earnestness in our practices, which requires a little bit of dedication, perseverance, and self-commitment. There really isn't a way to convey in a video how to awaken Kundalini, and anybody that says that they can help you awaken Kundalini in a video is fishing for views. As I said, there's not a big red button in your root chakra that you can press to make your Kundalini firework explode. No, it's done over a period of time. You do your kriyas, your sadhana, and that energy opens up inside of you. Or you have an explosive, spontaneous Kundalini awakening, but then of course, the ego wants to go up, up, and up and have more experiences, but really it needs to come back down. You need to integrate, and the way you do that is through your sadhana. Either way, sadhana is exactly what you need to do next on your path after a Kundalini awakening experience, or after that Kundalini energy starts waking up inside of you. Anything worthwhile in life takes time, and besides, awakening Kundalini, it's just an experience. It's a moment in time, and so whilst it might create blissful feelings inside of your system, and that's great, or make you see deeper realities for a moment, it's not the answer. Well, it's certainly not the final one anyway. Anybody that believes that awakening Kundalini is the end of the road rather than the beginning is a bit of a fool. And that fool will become addicted to the nectar or the honey of that experience, not realizing that there's a much deeper truth to uncover. And they'll get stuck craving that nectar like a drug addict. And I meet people like this all the time, but please tell me in this scenario, what great transformation has this created in you? Kundalini awakening is the beginning of a journey. It's an opening inside of you that says, here's a taste of what life can be like if you can purify your system to such a degree, and if you're willing to do that, so that those lenses of the mind no longer distort the natural bliss that comes through and shines through from your soul. And if what I just described to you is the type of life goal you have for yourself, and you want to grow with others with the same intention as you, then you should come and grow with our community, or what we'd call in yoga a Sangha, in our Freedom Blueprint training program. But heck, maybe you just liked what you heard on this video and you want to watch more. Well, perhaps you're going to want to find out how you might be able to control your energy with your mind. And you can watch that video right there.